We're gonna jump into the finale. Svartesmeden och Lundamyrstrollet, a Windir cover. What album is that? It's all Swedish. Or Norwegian, sorry, that's Norwegian. Yeah, that's Norwegian. I've never heard of this band. Windsor? Well, there you go, Alex. There's a new album for you to check out. Working. I agree with that comment. Did you ever request Black Braid? I think you did when I was on YouTube streaming. strat is awesome. Yeah. I'm not digging this one, man. I don't know. This one's just not doing it for me. A little bit too focused for my vibes. I'm not a huge folk man, so. Deathcore and hardcore. Fucked off with that. One's enough, bro. I'm not doing the full discography next month, bro. There ain't no way. I'll do one of them. Not the full discography. 12 albums, 15? I can't remember how many there is. Didn't care for that one, man. It's a damn shame they put this on the album, man. The album would have been perfect if they hadn't put this on the album. I didn't like that at all. It's just very folkish. Not for me, man. Very industrial folk, I guess you could say. Didn't feel that. I wasn't feeling that at all. But this album, besides the cover, is awesome. It's an awesome experience. Brand new band, and I've never fucking listened to. So let's jump into my review. All right, first things first, man. I wasn't expecting this to be as good as it was, to be honest. Didn't have too high of hopes for this. But the band reached out to me, and shout out goes to the band reaching out to me, giving me a bio. They gave me their logo, everything, man. So I'll be putting in the post-production if you guys haven't already watched the album review. Obviously, you've already watched the album review. Otherwise, you wouldn't see this part. So this is my review. My top three on this album. Number one is Drop This Planet of Dust. I like this track a lot. Very just all over the place. It had singing, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was just gonna be a straight black metal album, no singing, kind of like the Neobliviscarius vibes in there in this track. Freaking awesome track, definitely my favorite. Number 2, probably Skeletons of Light. Surprised? Yes, very surprised. I didn't like this track at first, and then I got to really liking this track. Very long track, but yet again, it's a very good track. A lot of ambience in this, a lot of stuff I didn't like in it, but a lot of stuff I loved in it. It's just kind of a love-hate relationship. The third track that I loved was Illuminate the Path. This track was very ambient. I just loved it. I just loved the very ending where how it just led straight into vacuum. Very cool. I'll be playing these 3 tracks over and over again. This whole album is great. So let's jump into the album MVP. I think I'm gonna have to give the album MVP to, I'm gonna give it to Carl Westerlund. Dude, the guitars and the different effects that you use in here, plus the bass, dude, awesome. Fucking awesome, dude. Freaking, definitely the best part of this album. I loved it. The bass and the guitars, definitely the best part. The fact that you use that EQ shift, that tool move that you pulled on one of these tracks, I can't remember what it was. It had like an EQ shift as you were, it was like pitch shifting, but it's not pitch shifting. It's an EQ shift that you're using while you're playing the guitar. Very fucking cool, dude. And it had like a heavy distortion the tool uses, and it had this chorus effect on it. Very cool. Wasn't expecting that on a black metal album. But the bass, dude, let me get started on the bass, dude. The tone on some of these songs with this bass on the EQ was just awesome. It's freaking awesome. Some of them I didn't like, but then again, I liked most of them, so I'll give you the album MVP. The influences. Alright, so Exotic's here, right? He can help me with this. I think the number 1 influence for this album, if we're going with black metal, it's Winter Sun. 100% Winter Sun. I hear a lot of Winter Sun vibes with the guitar, the melodic vocals, just like old Winter Sun and new Winter Sun. Kind of just get like that kind of folk vibe from it, and folkish black metal. Definitely Winter Sun is the number 1 influence. Number 2, Porcupine Tree. Yes, very progressive. Very progressive album. Dude, that a lot of these tracks really just reminded me of that Porcupine Tree vibe, dude, with the guitar, the instrumentals, the bass, just awesome, dude. Plus the synths, very Steven Wilson inspired music here. Number 3, I think I'm gonna have to give this to Neobliviscarius. A lot, even though they didn't have a violin, the vocals from the black metal and even the bass EQ and the tone definitely reminds me of Neobliviscarius. Very progressive black metal, and Neobliviscarius is progressive black metal. So, definitely does remind me of them a lot. Number 4. Now this is my own personal pick. I think that Abigail's Ghost is a huge influence on this band. A lot of the instrumentals really do remind me of Abigail's Ghost. A lot of you may have never fucking heard the band. Most of you have. If you are a veteran here, you know who Abigail's Ghost is. I know Amintus definitely knows who it is. He loves them. But they're a fantastic band. If you guys haven't listened to them, please go do yourself a favor. Go listen to Deletion by Abigail's Ghost. Number 5. I think overall, one of the biggest influences for this band is Pink Floyd. Yes, a lot of synths, a lot of 80s synths, a lot of just this bridge, this ambience. Definitely. Huge influences of Pink Floyd throughout this whole album, man. Huge influences. I definitely hear the David Gilmour on the guitar. And help me out here. Who's the singer? Who's the fucking singer? Roger Waters. Roger Waters and David Gilmour, dude. Huge vibes. Huge vibes in this whole album. Let's lead into the genre. The genre of this album is, number 1, definitely black metal. It's very black metal. Number 2, progressive. It's very progressive throughout the whole elements of the whole album. Number 3, ambient. Very ambient. Huge, just spatial vibes. Like I said, it transcended on one of those tracks. It felt very very transcended. I think it was Vacuum that I felt transcendent. I started not falling asleep, but kind of just falling into this state of meditation. I don't know. It goes against the Bible, so I can't really do that. But what are we on? 4? Number 4, I'm gonna have to give it to Tech Noir. I think there's a lot of Tech Noir vibes in this album as well. And number 5, Doom. Very doomish vibe. Very slow sometimes, very fast sometimes, but it's just a very, very unique mix, man, to anything I've ever heard in black metal. The implication. This is the hardest part, dude. Hardest part. So the album cover features a druid on it. It has the horns, it has the mask. I see it right there. Yeah, it's going like this, has the hands and the sleeves, and he's walking through the forest, illuminated by the light. Illuminated path. He's following the light. The druid, I think this is about a druid that falls away from God and finds a more true path with nature. Kind of like drop this planet of dust. Kind of forget it. Leave the world behind. Meditate. Astral project into another form. Illuminate the path. Vacuum. It sucks the air and the gas out of the space, out of the mass. Talvatus, I don't know what that's about. Skeletons of Light. I guess he sees his ancestors. It's got like a Native American kind of vibe going on with it, but it's not Native American. It's native Sweden, native Swedish. But that's kind of what I feel it's about. I feel it's a druid that's lost its way with the world and goes on to true nature. He finds his true inner self. I think that's what it's about. Oh my god, my rating. Okay, so it's not perfect. They have a cover here that I didn't care for. I really didn't like it. Maybe it'll grow on me. Who fucking knows, man? But that cover just didn't do it for me. I think I'm gonna have to give this a 9.2 out of 5. Oh, sorry, 9.2 out of 10. Yeah, man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It grew on me real quick. Very, very good album. Didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Definitely a 9.2 out of 10. It definitely belongs in the 9 because, dude, the production is just really good. The composition is amazing. The synths, the guitars, the bass, everything. No song sounds the same, in my personal opinion, and for that, I'm giving it a 9.2 out of 10. The next album review will be Baby Metal, Metal Resistance. I cannot wait to check this out. I'm super excited. It's going to take place on the 26th of this month, August. So I hope I'll see you guys here. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for building the empire. Peace!